All right, there we go. All right, so hi everyone. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Erin. I'm the captain of the Etsy Saskatchewan team. Tonight, Susie, one of our leaders, is going to join us, and I'll just pop her up there. There's Susie, and Elaine should be moderating our chat forum, and she's our third leader. So tonight we thought we'd just try something new, do a video for the team and discuss about what the team is about, and just tell you a little bit about the summit that we just attended in Toronto with Etsy Canada. So I guess to start, I'll just give a little background on the team. So 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago, Etsy Canada actually contacted me to see if I'd be willing to start up a team for Saskatchewan so that we could participate in the Etsy Made in Canada markets, which I thought would be a really great opportunity to get the Saskatchewan sellers a little bit more publicity and just a little bit more attention for all the great creative people that we have in the province. So it's 100% volunteer. Susie, Elaine, and me right now are the three leaders for this team, and it's all volunteer work done by us. Our goal for the team, we were part of a fellowship last year that had us come up with sort of a goal for what the purpose of our team was. So our goal for the team is the education and promotion of local Etsy sellers online and in person. So we do that through, we do Etsy 101 courses once a year. It seems to be happening in person. And then we do promote as many people as we can through our social media venues. And then in person we have the Etsy Made in Canada markets, and lately we've been doing some pop-up markets with the Saskatoon Farmers Market. So I guess, one thing I want to touch on, we don't have a whole lot of action happening in our team discussions. So if you've already joined the team discussion board, feel free to start anything really. You'll only get as much out of the team as you put in. So, it's a great networking opportunity. If you have a question, or if you have a skill that you could share with others, or even just stopping by and saying hi and talking about how your day is going. You'll find, I think, Susie and Elaine and I probably check in, at least one of us once a day, just to see what's going, and we're happy to share our knowledge with you. So I guess the other thing that I was going to touch on before passing it over to Susie was that we just had the great opportunity, Susie and I, to go to Toronto for the Etsy Canada's Captain Summit, where they had, I think this year there was over 50 captains and leaders from across Canada, all of whom run teams like we do, local sellers. And a lot of them put on events in the Etsy markets as well. So it was a great opportunity. For me, what I like about it is the opportunity to network with the other leaders and learn from them, and learn, especially some of them have been running teams for a lot longer than we have, learning some of their tips. Getting things done this year, we did have a nice course on sort of managing the team a bit better, and we're planning our events and budgeting it a little bit more, which hopefully we'll be able to apply this year. And there was a few things, like we were saying, that we'd like to figure out a way to sort of pass on the knowledge that we learned there to you guys. And I guess with that, I'll pass it on to Susie. She was going to touch on what she enjoyed about this summit as well. And so here's Susie.
Hey guys, I'm Susie, obviously from Regina. I really enjoyed going to the summit because, like Erin said, we were able to network with other Etsy captains and leaders learn what worked for them, what didn't work. We can ask questions on what we do, compare our ideas with others. And what I also really like is we get to meet Etsy Canada admin and Etsy admin from across the globe, like Berlin and London in the States. And I really feel that they are really trying their hardest for all the Etsy sellers to really make them successful and really wanting to do the best for their sellers. They really want them to succeed, and they really want them to feel like Etsy is a community, and they've provided a lot of support for that, which I really like. I learned how to use Etsy better at these summits and how to make my shop better as well. So even though it's only 2 days, it's full of information. I'm constantly writing, and we're trying to use this information to bring it back to Saskatchewan to make our team just as successful as the big cities. Erin, did you want me to talk about our plans for rebranding? Do you want me to go into that?
Sure, how about we do that next?
Okay, so with some of the discussions that went on during the summit, Erin and I thought that we should rebrand the team a little bit, update our logo, change our name to Etsy SK instead of Etsy Saskatchewan team. Sometimes people can't spell Saskatchewan, and and it was kind of long, so we wanted to shape it down a little bit so it was more close to the hashtags that we've been trying to use on Instagram and social media. So we are wanting to change the team name from Etsy Saskatchewan team to Etsy SK. And we have my sister on board, who is a graphic designer, who's going to do some new logos for us. We're going to revamp the website a little bit. As you may have known, we do post featured member posts up there, and if you'd like to be a featured member, please post in the team discussion on Etsy. I will contact you with questions to answer, and I have a schedule of months that people will be posted. I've sent a bunch of you some convos on that, and I haven't heard back from some, so if you'd like to be featured, please contact me again. And we're also looking to make our blog a little bit more active, as well as our team discussion. And if any of you have blog posts that you would like to submit to us, we would really love that. We were hoping for more of an educational type blog post, or other interests that you may have, not necessarily a promotion for yourself, but we will still link to your Etsy shop and post your name and everything with it. So if you have any ideas for really interesting blog posts, you can mention those in the team discussion as well. Or you could also send your blog post to our email, which is etsysaskteam@gmail.com. Do you have anything to add on that, Erin?
How about, feel free to use the hashtag, because that's how, for Instagram, using our hashtag EtsySK, when I'm on Instagram and looking for things to share, that's sort of my go-to way of finding things. So feel free to use it. It's the easiest way. We have so many members now, it's hard for me to find everyone when they're on Instagram. So if you just use that hashtag, and even to use it on Facebook, even though Facebook isn't really do much with hashtags, it's still an easy way for me to find you guys. I can put it in, and it comes up with your latest post. Yeah, and I guess on top of that, we could mention that we're considering doing some more of these videos, sort of like I guess you could consider it another part of our blog. So if there's any topics you'd like us to cover, send us an email or a comment on Facebook or in the team discussion. If there's certain topics you would like us to cover, or some information, or even if you enjoy this sort of format, or if you don't really like the whole video thing, I guess would be what we'd like to know. And I think, unless anyone has any questions, which I don't see any on Facebook, and I don't see anyone other ones there, so I guess that's it, unless you had something else to add.
I just wanted to talk, we were going to talk about our jurying process as well. So when you apply to one of our markets, we do get lots of applications because our markets do well for both our sellers and our buyers. A few things that we look for when jurying, and we jury as a team. We look for quality items that are handmade by you. Vintage is okay, and craft supply sellers are okay as well. We look for originality in your work. Variety is key. We do get a lot of people from the same sort of medias applying, for example, fiber and jewelry. So we can't have everybody, even though we'd love to. So we have to, we can't accept everybody. We have to pick and choose from the bigger categories like that. Filling out your application completely is also very important. If you're missing information, that doesn't help us at all. So we would appreciate you reading through the application and filling it out completely. We also look for social media presence. So if you are using social media and promoting the team as well as your stuff, we really like that because we know that you will help us in our promoting, which is always nice. A good attitude is always a bonus. And aside from that, we also look at your Etsy shops to make sure that you do have stuff in your shop, that you have a good policy section. An about section is kind of nice to have. So we do look at all this stuff to choose who will be in the sales. And if you have any questions, you can always contact us. As I mentioned, we do have a lot of people apply, so we would like to include everybody, but unfortunately we can't. So these are the items that we look for. So keep those in mind when applying for one of our sales.
Yeah, and I'll just mention, like, it goes pretty much everything that we said about our applications, except for maybe some of like the things regarding like your Etsy shop. But with any craft shop applications, make it as easy as possible for the people jurying you to find what you need about you, which is why filling out the application completely is really important, because if it's the struggle for us to find you or find the information, it just is that one step more that if we have a ton of applications that we might not push that extra effort of searching you out. Same for most craft shows as well, not just us. Is there anything else, Susie?
I just want to thank everyone who has joined the team and who is participating in team discussion, liking posts on Facebook, posting stuff on Instagram. It really makes us stand out. Saskatchewan is a smaller market, even though we are covering the whole province. And I really think so far our members are doing a great job at making the team active and bringing Etsy Sask to Etsy Canada's radar.
Yeah, and I'd say the same thing as Susie. I mean, there's so many great people, and just keep sharing your stuff with us, your listings, so that we can share it with everyone else. You know, we do have a good following now. So yeah, and thank you for joining the team, and you know, for trusting in us to promote you guys and all that. And other than that, that's all for me. And I'll say goodbye and let Susie say goodbye as well.
Thanks for listening in. If you guys like these videos, let us know, because we can always make more. thanks for tuning in, and hope to see you at some of the markets and shops around Saskatchewan.
Bye, guys.